Hello all you fine folk, welcome back to General Merv, your last resort when you've exhausted all the well-made content on YouTube. In today's guide video, we're going to take a look at the great behemoth of D&D. Have you ever played D&D? Have you struggled when staring at a character sheet wondering what the hell any of this bullshit even fucking means? Well kid, you've come to the right man. Let's get you on the right track to building what could very well be your first character ever made. Starting off, you have to decide which class and race suit you best. Of course, you can scratch this one off the list, and while we're at it, this one kind of sucks, let's take that one off too. Actually, a few of these other ones are a little too hard for a first-timer, so we'll pop these out of here as well. And alright, we're left with a couple of choices here. Actually, no one really wants to play something that just kind of hits things. That's really boring. Those aren't fun, take it from me. I'm an expert. Also, let's just remove this one from the running, as those are really just for the mega nerds who want to build, like, robots or whatever. Okay, solid choices around the board, though, for the remaining ones. So let's dive a bit deeper into your many choices on class. Rogues are easily one of the best classes. You can do virtually anything you want with a rogue. You can be like a sneaky, steely man who stabs people, or even a thief who likes to stick to the shadows and occasionally solve his problems with a couple of good stabbings. That's the beauty of D&D. So with a rogue, there are a few subclasses to look at, but we'll make it simple and just say you want to play a soul knife, because that's a pretty cool name for a subclass, right? So, as a soul knife rogue, you control powerful mental magics that manifest as you do your misdeeds, like a knife from your hands or some weird shit like that. So your primary stats are going to be strength for sure, and probably something like charisma so you can, talk to people real good. Strength is important so that you can stab people really hard. And as a rogue, your saving throws will be intelligence and dexterity, which really don't matter that much. Rogues aren't usually very smart, and being able to dodge shit is just kind of useless. So with the basics out of the way for rogues, let's take a look at warlocks, and then move on to your skills and other stuff. Warlocks truly are the best class in D&D. Don't let anyone tell you different. There's only one subclass that matters, and any D&D veteran will tell you the same thing. Great old one, all the way. It's the strongest one. You'll be plowing through your enemies with ease as a great old one warlock. Your primary stats will be, again, strength, so your spells can be thrown harder at people. Next will be constitution for big health. Warlocks are the best frontline fighters. You want to have a lot of health for that reason. As a great old warlock, you'll be able to, talk to Cthulhu and shit, which is dope. So you have your class in mind, let's take a look at races. For simplicity's sake, we're only going to look at player's handbook races. There's human, dwarf, dragonborn, elf, halfling, gnome, half-orc, and tiefling. So obviously, you don't want to play a basic human or a dwarf. Those are the worst races in D&D. Can't make an interesting character with either of those. For rogue and warlock, you can't play a tiefling either, so cross that one off the list. Halflings are just diet gnomes, so no halflings either. Half-orcs are a bit of a rowdy bunch, and much better played as wizards or sorcerers. Elves in general are, kind of gay, so no elves are gay-ass, stupid half-elves. So you want to play a gnome, no matter what. Gnomes are easily the greatest race, and I'll tell you why. Gnomes are kind of like the rats of D&D. They can get into places that most other races can't. They can also move kind of fast, I think, so you can be, faster. Forest gnomes are the obvious choice for this subrace, as deep gnomes kind of look a little weird, so that's a no-go. But you get a little intelligence bonus, so you can be a bit smarter, and dexterity, but, both of those are kind of useless. Alright, your gnome, rogue, or warlock is almost ready. We just need your skills and background. The only background that's worth taking is Haunted One, for the most interesting backstory ever made. From that background, your best choices for skill proficiencies are survival, so your character doesn't die. The other one isn't as important, but investigation is okay. Helps you solve puzzles just by rolling a die. Now for your class skills. You can choose from a big ol' list. This list includes acrobatics, athletics, deception, insight, intimidation, investigation, persuasion, performance, perception, sleight of hand, and stealth for rogues. Of course, we want insight so you can tell when your party members are hiding secrets from you, and then deception so you can lie to your party about secrets of yours. The other two are just a bit of a grab bag of whatever you want. For warlocks, you take just about the same things. Insight isn't an option for warlocks, so just go history so you can know the legends about your Cthulhu dude. For some of you, this next bit is going to be the most important. You need to have a cool backstory so your character is just that, your character. I'm going to show you how to make the most unique kind of backstory. Your Haunted One background comes in really handy here. As a gnome with your gnome family, you probably hated everyone, as you wanted to steal things or make deals with old gods. So of course, your character kills your parents, because those guys kind of suck. Bam! Nobody's ever had that idea before. Kill your parents and your family and like 12 other people, so your level 1 character has a list of people he's killed and can brag about it. But not to everyone though. You gotta make sure to be quiet about it. For example, in your first session, make sure your character, whose name should be something like Antonio Shadowblade Feather or Antoinette Fuck Killer, something like that. And they sit alone in the bar, just observing. He's got a cool cloak on to hide his face from everyone, and you don't want to interact or talk to anyone. And, if someone asks you why you're sitting alone and not eating or drinking, just tell them that they wouldn't understand your demons. The more mysterious and secretive, the better. When you're invited to adventure with the party, reluctantly agree and mention that they'd be useful for tracking down your parents' killer, which, of course, is yourself. But here's where that background comes in, alright? Your character doesn't actually know that he killed his parents because a ghost came in and gave him amnesia. Ba-bam! That's the greatest mystery of all time. Be sure to email your DM, beforehand, and explain to him, the epic journey that your character's been to get to the tavern. The longer, the more convoluted, the better. Something like you being the chosen one for saving the world, and you closed a portal to the 9 hells single-handedly, and then killed the king of the land for his vast riches. You give your character more to never tell the party, so you can be that much more mysterious. And that pretty much wraps it up. Be sure to check out my, one other video while you're here. Comment your party's reaction as well to this new character. And remember to subscribe. Please, God, I'm begging you, please.